Okay, we're about halfway through the session, and one of the problems that Monty has is when Junior over here is eating, now probably because he has dropped some stuff on the floor, when he eats stuff off the floor, Monty comes over. Monty. And this is why he comes over, because he's rewarded, he gets treats. So now he's become possessive of the dog, of the child, or thinks he's protective, maybe is a better way to put it. Now a lot of people think, oh, look how cute that is, the dog is protecting the baby. If the dog thinks it's its job to protect the baby, it's also the dog's job to correct the baby. And dogs correct through nipping. Now he hasn't done it yet, but he has nipped some of the kids who are leaving the house because he doesn't want them to leave. It's just a little nip from behind, but baby skin, he's not quite a baby, he's a little bit older, but is very tender and very easy to, dogs can do some damage. So we don't want them to be nipping, obviously, our children, especially if it's younger children. So if we're dropping stuff on the floor, here he comes. Now I would like a distance of about 7 feet. So he came over, and yeah, you can more film him than me for this purpose. So he came over, and I made the hissing sound before he broke the barrier. I'm going to have you come around over here, and I'm going to have you take over doing this, because it's easy for me to do it. It's not important that I do it. So watch him, and again, 7 feet, so he's about 7 feet now. So you can just do whatever you normally would do. Maybe just come over here and pretend like you're messing around, but watch him while you're doing it. And you give him a sharp hiss, and he goes from, now turn and face him. Now march right at him. Until he turns right. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. There, he turns sideways, so stop and pivot. Okay. No, just keep your belly button pointed at him. Now he sat down, so take a big step backwards. All right, now let's have you come right around here. You're going to keep your eye on him as you're coming over here. Now, is he only like this with outsiders with the baby, or is it like if your kids were to approach the baby while the baby has food, he would?
Kids too.
If there's something really desirable, he'll snap at the kids. If they try to touch it on his high chair.
What would be a desirable? Is there anything desirable we can grab real quick while we're still
Cheese,
filming?
meat, I can try.
Let's try doing that. Yeah. We just want to recreate the situation, and let's film me while I'll talk a little bit while we're doing this, and we're going to keep this rolling. So certain things the guardians have noticed are more important to the dog, and so he's more reactive. So again, I talked about this off camera, I like to recreate situations where the dog misbehaves or engages in behavior that we don't want, so we can help the dog understand what it is that we do want. All right, so there he skipped over the Cheerios. Now march towards him. There you go. All right, now take a step backwards. He's stationary. Take another step. I'm going to have you just do like a mic drop. Just drop one of those pieces on the floor. Hiss. March, move away. Keep moving. Keep going. You kind of got a little timid. You slow down before you. There you go. Big step backwards. Anytime he sits, we're going to take a big step backwards. Careful stepping on the cheese. That's all right. It's on the floor now. But we want to do this and recreate this when mom has a time to pay attention and she can react well. If mom is cooking and trying to entertain one of the kids and on a phone call and he does this, you just don't have time, or even if she does react, she's going to be way, way late. So what we can do, now go ahead and take another step back. I don't want you to just kind of come over here and kind of act like you're messing around with stuff, but watch him out of the corner of your eye. And maybe grab some of those wine bottles, just kind of move them around, just clink some stuff around so he hears that you're doing stuff. Now he's going to observe you and watch to see if you're paying attention. This is why recreating these scenarios and practicing helps him understand those, and then it covers you for the times when you don't have the ability to watch. He's already, there we go, look at that, beautiful, moving away. Mom just gave me a look like this, which usually means I'm getting a tip. But there's cheese on the floor. He went and laid down, and he went behind mom. Let's shoot mom and the dog. So he went behind mom, which is a more respectful position. Go ahead and take a step forward and drop a piece as you're walking, and just walk that way. And just now just turn there and just watch him on the corner of your eye. And just toss another one. Right over here. Now movement is really hard for dogs to resist. So even though cheese, which is his normally thing, he would be aggressive if somebody came over, I can come over here and I can pick up the cheese, and he's not reacting to me. So we're helping him understand that there's a new rule. When the leader of the house, is this cat right over here, is eating, the dog's rule is to stay 7 or more feet away from it. So I would invite you to, or encourage you to practice this, and those really high value items, the things that he does react to, drop them on the floor flagrantly, like mic drop, and then kind of walk away. I've had some people that actually, because now we have smartphones and tablets, who will set up their iPhone over here facing the baby, drop some stuff on the floor, and walk into the other room where there's a tablet, and they watch it. As soon as the dog starts going for it, you hiss from the other room. The dog's like, they see everything now. The guy with the really good treats came, but he ruined it because now they see I have X-ray powers or something. Look at that, he walked away. So even though there's several pieces of cheese that are really appealing to him, he's moving away. Now you're standing next to the baby right now, which is kind of more of a sentry position. And I want him to, so let's come back over here and click some bottles again. Let's see if he, and I'm going to move out of the shot and further away to see if that causes him to come over. No, he came over to where you are, right? There we go. So instead of actually trying to take advantage, and then there we go, that body language is much better. See the tail going, he's much more relaxed, and that's a great way of rewarding him. So if you do have a child, we do not want your dog to protect your child or to say who can approach it, because that dog will eventually nip your child when your child is crying or doing something that the dog thinks is incorrect. And grandma should never be separated from the child. We want to practice this multiple occasions. Right now it's an easy setting. We don't have a lot of stuff going on. This is a house with kids. So I would practice this again when we have a bunch of kids downstairs that are over playing video games or whatever it is. So we have all that excited energy and help him practice in that environment as well. So this is how we can establish a boundary and help our dog understand that it needs to keep a distance from the child who is eating.